So Charles, you worked and directed the documentary on the Alien collection of the Blu-ray DVDs. And how did you come to work on this project?
Well, that's a very long story, but the short answer is I was working with Ridley Scott for many years, and I had been working on the first, like the 20th anniversary Alien DVD way back. But then the idea that came up to do a special edition of Alien once again, because they love to go back and redo them. But then that evolved into all 4 movies. So I really want to do Alien 3. Because that film is very maligned and it has like lost footage and all this stuff, juicy behind-the-scenes stories. So I thought, let's focus on that. And Fox said, let's do Alien. And we went back and forth till finally Fox said, just do all 4. And so I kind of got an embarrassment of riches out of that one. So.
That's wonderful. And I have to ask, because telling a documentary, like you were saying, you go through hours and hours of footage, behind-the-scenes material, and you're also telling a story. So did you have a cohesive story that you wanted to tell with all 4 of the films, or with each film in particular?
Not really. I try to approach each documentary journalistically, so I try to. I have like the basic overview of pre-production, production, post-production. I know already some of the stories that are in play, but I just try to have conversations with each person and just wait for the little nuggets to appear, and then I'll chase those, and then new things come to light. So I just try to follow the story, basically. I don't go in with an agenda.
Absolutely. And all 4 of the films, Alien and Aliens, really all of them in particular, have been so enduring with fans of the story and the characters. Is there something for you as a fan yourself that has really endured for you, that really stuck out or connects you to the films?
You know, I have to say it's the imaginative kind of world building of all of them, and each one in its own different way. I mean, what Ridley Scott did with the first film with a very tiny, C movie budget, and it made it look like an A+ movie. Every little precise detail in that film it felt like a documentary from the future. It felt like it actually happened in reality, and they just zapped it back to us somehow. Aliens was interesting because that was much more of a kind of a comic book pulpy but fun and enjoyable roller coaster ride movie. So with an audience, that was so much fun to see. Alien 3 was like this traumatic, devastatingly dark film, but that was kind of the birth of David Fincher as a director. So, that was kind of like the early glimpses of the greatness that he would eventually become, even though he kind of got, screwed over. And then Alien Resurrection is the one that I really, actually, honestly don't like. Okay. Even though there's some amazing talent behind the screen. I mean, literally, every creative collaborator on that film is kind of a genius. Mm-hmm. And the cast was phenomenal, but it just didn't coalesce. It didn't kind of come together. So that's the one I'm like, eh. But and then Prometheus is just kind of like a whole other can of worms. Yes. No pun intended. But I had so much fun being on the set of that, and I got to like see it evolve, and it was that was a really interesting perspective to enjoy.
Absolutely. And fans out there are very excited about the rumors surrounding the Neil Blomkamp movie that could be coming out. Any tidbits that you're able to offer, if you know anything, or something that you might be looking forward to?
I honestly know as much as anyone does, to be honest. I don't know. I'm going to actually ask Michael tonight about what's going on. But I'm very curious because Neil Blomkamp originally said that it wasn't going to kind of retcon Alien 3 and 4 out of the continuity. It was going to keep them in. Sure. But I don't know how that's possible without some sort of Star Trekian time warp thing. So curious how that's going to go. But we'll see if it happens. I'm excited to see any new Alien movie.
Excellent. And I have to ask, necessary and most important question, favorite film of the 4? Probably not the 4th, but...
Definitely Alien, the first one, yes. I mean, I love them all for different reasons. Even the 4th one has some of its kind of weird charms to it, but Alien, the first one, is a masterpiece. It's a perfect movie.
Yeah. Any other projects that you're currently working on that you're able to share?
I wish I could. The next one is amazing, and I can't quite talk about it, but it's really cool.
We don't want to get you in trouble.
No, I want to keep this job.
Wonderful. We thank you so much for all of your work. As I said off air, we've watched all of them. They're incredible, and thank you for bringing those stories to light for the fans out there.
No, thank you so much for asking me about it. I usually feel like I'm kind of tucked away in a little cave making this stuff, so it's nice that people actually watch it.
Oh, absolutely. And very much appreciated. So thank you for your fandom and bringing that to light for all of us fans as well.
Thank you so much.